Hey, I'm hellorodney. Thanks for clicking on my video. Well, okay. First of all, this is one of those kind of what do you call it? Diary kind of things. So there's no telling what's going to happen. There's always the case whenever you watch a hellorodney video. You just don't know what's going to happen because I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that there's probably not going to be much. Well, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I don't fucking know. But I think one of the these meds that I'm on, this Wellbutrin. Supposedly the doctor was saying, look, that and I can't even remember exactly what he said, But basically, it was like, Wellbutrin has been proven or some shit. I think I do have to do your own research. I just saw the guy this afternoon. That Wellbutrin can help with these issues that I'm going through of focus. That's what I got out of it. So he doubled the dosage from, I think it was 150 or 175 milligrams once a day to the same amount, the same dosage twice a day. That seems like a big jump. But he said that's the way they do it. I'm not going to argue with the guy. So I think that medication is better than any of the other medications that I've taken. So I do feel good about that. But one of the reasons that I'm depressed, I think, is because I'm gaining so much weight. I mean, it's impossible for anybody, well, not impossible, it's not right. It would be very difficult for people to understand what I went through. I went from 228 to 160. Now, some people say, well, gee, that's really unhealthy. You shouldn't have done that. That was really bad. Well, whatever. It's what happened. But I felt terrific. Being that light, I really, really felt great. And I felt great all the way up until about, when I hit 190, that's when I started to get a little depressed. Because I'd been like 185. When I was 19 years old, I was 185. But I was, muscle too, But, so when I hit 190, that wasn't good. And I just noticed it was 202 today. And on the scales at the fucking doctor's office with my clothes, it was 210. I mean, come on. That's got to depress you. Now, 160, I did look like I was really freaking skinny, I tell you what. I mean, I was really skinny. I mean, my belly, I mean, it was just like, whoosh, it was like that. It was like, I was like emaciated kind of a thing. But I didn't care. It felt great. So I guess people that, fast and everything probably feel, maybe that's how I was feeling, I don't know. But I feel depressed. I don't even know. All these terms are kind of, I don't know. But when you go from 228 to 160 and now you're at 200 and climbing, if you're not depressed about that, then I think you need help. Yeah. I think I probably need more help, being depressed. If I was, oh yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah, oh yeah, man, I like being 200 pounds. Heading toward back up to 228. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. Because now with the situation with my thyroid, who knows what's going to happen. I mean, I'm really happy that the thyroid was fucking off, because maybe that's going to help me. And as far as the, what I'm going to do, see, I mean, I might be better off getting a freaking job. I might be better off trying to get a job at the fucking coffee shop, uh, the coffee shop where I buy my coffee. It's that stupid Starbucks in the middle of a fucking grocery store. What is, you know? I mean, I'm glad it's there, but come on. Who wants to have a coffee shop, you know, in between the help counter and the freaking vegetable section? I mean, come on. Between the self-checkout and the vegetable section. Caddy corner from the help desk and the right across from the front gates open. Now that's kind of good for watching people come in and out, because especially if you're skinny, you can sit there and look at all those fat fuckers coming in and out. You talk about an unhealthy society. So I was reading the other day that I think that by 2030, I think it was 60% of the population of the U.S. is going to be overweight, obese maybe. I don't know. It's come on, man, please. And then these people I've been listening to, you know, this guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but the guy, he was on a bicycle traveling cross country on fruits and vegetables. It looked to me, I thought, man, that's really cool. I mean, look what he's doing, you know. But after a while, you'd watch a video, and you start to think, man, this guy's losing a little bit. He's losing it a little bit, you know. He's going out there a little, and then toward the end, he was getting freaking depressed. To me, you know, he was getting depressed, and then he got to his destination, and then he met there some guy who's from down under, or where he's from, and this guy he's sort of like in your face kind of vegan, and you know, so I'm listening to him talk, and then I didn't listen to the whole thing, but he was saying he was asking people, you know, this is, oh my God, this is, and people asking him, you know, well, if you're a vegan and you have pets, what do you feed them? So, dude, you know, I'm not going to tell you who this guy is, so maybe I just got it wrong, but as soon as he started talking this shit, and he started talking about if he had a pet, like a cat or something, he'd feed him vegan. And he started talking about, you know, and if the cat wants to go out and kill birds or whatever, that's, you know, whatever. You know, do what they do. And he had a point, because, you know, good. Instead of fishing, you know, instead of taking fish out of the sea for these stupid cats, you know, let them just eat what's available. So if they want to eat meat and everything else, let them go kill some fucking birds and let them eat crickets and whatever else they got available. But to think that a cat's going to be vegan, I mean, come on now. A vegan cat? Come on, please. A vegan cat? You know, so I mean, you got all this, you know, so I'm looking here at trying to figure out, you know, trying to look here on YouTube for some kind of way out of this funk that I'm in. And I'm thinking, well, part of the reason I'm in a funk is because I don't eat right. And then I have some guy that's traveling cross country on a bicycle, you know, riding a bicycle of bunches and bunches of miles on you know, he is a proponent of single food per day. So, you know, like if you can do that, you know, like he'll take a whole bike trip and he'll eat on cherries. And then the guy who I was telling you about with the vegan cat thing, from what I got out of it, this guy recommends carbohydrates and fruit. I don't know. It's all too confusing to me. I'm just going to make sure that I try to drink some water. In fact, I'll get some water right now. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock, 9:03 p.m. It's kind of hot. Let's see what the temperature is. 81. 81 inside. Where's my water? The doctor was saying, I'm going to try and do this. I've got my notebook right here, which is on top of my medication right there. So I have to see that book. And he was talking about how that he wants me to, those are my prescriptions. He wants me to write down, make a to-do list the night before of 3 things to do the next day. Reflect on it the next night and do it again. Exercise 2 hours per day. Get heart rate to 120. There is likely addiction present. Depressed thoughts, real thoughts. So I guess he wants me to write down my depressed thoughts and my real thoughts as well. So I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to put some real simple things on there, like go to my doctor's appointment tomorrow. Go get my medication tomorrow. That's 2. And the third one, a real toughie. Make sure you drink plenty of coffee. Okay, good. Fucking coffee's got to go. It's just got to go. You know, it can't be good for me. So I'll have some more. I mean, this is madness. This is absolute madness. I mean, it's almost like if you know something's bad for you, if you know coffee's bad for you, and you keep doing it, I mean, what's worse? Vegan cats or drinking coffee when you know this shit's not good for you? What's worse? And the guy, who was it? The guy at the co-op was saying, because I got some yerba mate. He said that some of the people they use yerba mate to get off of coffee, and then they go to green tea. Well, I've got a whole freaking pound of yerba mate over there. I've only had a few cups. It's just ridiculous. And I told him I was buying all this shit, you know, because of these ideas I have about how I'm going to make a living, you know. And he was basically saying that sounds like I'm, I don't remember what he said, but it's basically like, you know, filling a void, trying to, I don't know, like maybe it's something like that. That's not what he said. But trying to replace something, fill something up or whatever. Could be. I mean, I bought this printer and I bought a freaking piece of software. So I mean, the thing that's most logical, and I could probably do both of these things. And if there was some success involved where I was actually making some money, I could probably pull it off. But that's one of the interesting things about me is that a lot of times it has to do with just getting the ball rolling. See, when I came from California, I came back to New Mexico. I had this thought that if I could make $35 a day, I could make a living. $35 a day. But as an artist, go try to make $35 a day, every day. Just try it. Go play your harmonica on the fucking street corner and see how long it takes you to earn $35 a day. And see how fucking depressed you get trying to do that every single day. So I started, I gotta do something. So that was my goal, $35 a day on this particular thing I was doing. And with me, it's like a pendulum. It's like you've got a pendulum. Where's my pendulum? You can never find a pendulum when you need one. So it's like you've got this pendulum, okay? You got this ball in the end. And you're standing right here and you push it like that. It goes like that. And then even if you move it slightly, when it comes back, it always goes past that center point. So you whenever you push it that far, it'll come back, but it always goes just a little bit past. So when it goes past, you push it that way, just a little bit, and it comes back and it goes a little bit more. And you just keep pushing it. You just keep pushing the pendulum. And then at some point, you get to the point where it goes all the way over. And when it goes all the way over, then you just stand at the bottom and you just give it a big push at the end. Because now the pendulum will come back and it'll swing all the way up to here. And then it'll start coming back. Okay, so that's not good. So you just have to push it enough right there to where it goes, and it goes around by itself. And then you can try to get the speed going to where, if you need to take off a couple of weeks or a month or something like that, your pendulum is going to keep going because it's built up enough speed. So what happened with me is my pendulum built up enough speed to where it was taking care of everything. But when I just said, matter of fact, my friend said, I know when everything started going downhill is when you started making videos on YouTube. Because I made over 1,300 videos, closing in on 1,400 videos. You show me somebody that's made that many videos, and I'll show you somebody that wasted a freaking shitload of time. No doubt about it. Who got sidetracked somehow. Because there's no money on YouTube. Not for me, not what I'm doing. What am I doing here? Am I so lonely and depressed that I'm just trying to find, internet friends? No, that's not it. That's definitely not it. But why am I doing this? Is it all ego? It started out just a fascination with the medium. I mean, it's fascinating. See, the thing is, a lot of you young people that are watching this, if any of you are watching this that are young, which because most of you I don't know, fuck, nobody gives a shit anyway. But, people take things for granted. I mean, I grew up in a time frame, I grew up in a house with one radio, and a TV. You couldn't make a long-distance phone call because it was just too expensive. I mean, it was unreal. It was a different world, a completely different world. And so here I am as an adult, adult. And all of a sudden this medium comes along that you can get in front of a camera and make a video and then hit some buttons and then the whole world can see it. I mean, it's like magic. It's unbelievable. It is. I did a video once where I thought that a Nobel Peace Prize winner would come out of YouTube. I still think it could happen. But now the technology is like, it's not like ho-hum. It's not ho-hum to me. It's still freaking magic to somebody like me. But to a lot of people, it's just like ho-hum, Oh yeah, man, we've always had YouTube. Fuck. So I was fascinated by the medium. Really fascinated. I'm still fascinated by it. I am. But now then I got myself into these medical issues. Or whatever. I don't know if I got myself into it. I shouldn't say I got myself into it because nobody knows why the thyroid cancer thing happens. It happens to 85% women and 15% men. Well, 85%, 85, it's going to be 15, right? What was I going to say? 12% men and 3% vegan dogs or something? I mean, come on. They don't know why it happens mostly with women. So maybe they'll have like a thyroid cancer get together, and then I'll go and maybe I'll have a chance of getting laid. Huh? 85-15. It's a pretty good chance. Pretty good chance. What's that? Just kill something. See, I'm a Leo, like I'm like a cat, man. I saw something moving, bam, just like that. Yeah. Like a cat. Vegan cat. Oh, that's what I want. Yeah, I want to live in a household that I'm a cat and it's vegan. Oh yeah. Come on, man. A vegan cat. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. It's just, I can't. It's freaking nutty. But you see the guy's girlfriend. I mean, you should see her. She's, she lost like 40 pounds, and she's totally vegan. She is absolutely gorgeous. She is. Her body's fabulous. Her face is beautiful. And you can see that, I mean, 40 pounds on a, I mean, 40 pounds on a man can be bad depending on their height. But I think it was 30 or 40 pounds on a woman. Man, that could be a lot of freaking weight. Because women have smaller bones and they're usually shorter and everything else, you know. I mean, so man, it's worked for her. But I don't know. I don't know. So I need to do something that kind of comes naturally, and I've kind of got it down to these two things. And either one of these two things, I could I could enjoy doing, I think. But the one thing, I already talked to the people in that business, and they're telling me, "Hey, buddy, there's no money in this business." Basically, what they're saying. So why is that even on my list? If I could do the research, and I'm talking to somebody, and they're telling me that some of the people that are like famous in that business are making like 60 grand a year, and they're paying $40,000 in expenses. They're not making any money. So why am I even thinking about that? Because I've got piles and piles and piles of glass that needs to be processed into something. You know, that's one of the things about me, is that I'm a very frugal person. I've got literally piles of stuff back there. It gets processed into something that's interesting and neat. It can be worth, it can help me tremendously, because I've got nothing in it. It's already been dealt with. Everything back there is just free and clear. So I can't just take it and just throw it away. Oh yeah, I'm cleaning up the house. Oh yeah, all those buckets, you know, that could be worth umpteen jillions. Yeah, just take them. You know, you can have them. Forget it. I got to figure out how to reprocess that stuff. I feel fat. You should go back and look at my videos 3 months ago and look how slim and trim I look. I mean, I was like a god. Now I'm like a dud. Fuck, man. Ugh, I say fuck too much. The next time I say fuck, I'm gonna kill myself. Fuck. Damn it. There was this guy the other day, I was watching a video. You know, I was going to send the guy a comment. I was going to do something, you know. But he decided to have how many beers he could drink in 25 minutes or something. Oh, man. It was kind of funny, actually. This is big fat guy. He says, "Oh, I should have ate all that Chinese food before I started this." He's drinking out of 2 bottles at the same time. He's an artist, you know, and he was talking about his, how he was, used to do photo printing in Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara's got a really, matter of fact, I did research on that many, many years ago when I was a kid. Santa Barbara, they've got a big photography school out in Santa Barbara. So he probably went to that. But he went from printing, famous works of photographers to printing one of those, I guess, like 1 hour photos or whatever they're called. Maybe it wasn't a 1 hour, but one of those, some photo lab in a college town in Georgia, And that was funny. It was funny. He was talking about his story, and it was actually funny. But I mean, I think, come on, man, you can't be doing videos of getting drunk on YouTube. I mean, some kid will do that, and then he'll get a call from his girlfriend. He'll want to get together, and he'll be drunk. He'll go drive and he'll kill somebody or something. I mean, there's nothing. I don't think you want to really try to influence people in a negative way, especially something like that, But he was actually kind of funny because he was almost like a Bellucci, He was almost like a Bellucci character. It really was. But it's interesting thing about YouTube. There's so many different kind of characters here. You know, I'm looking at my screen here. This is what's giving out the thing. Is this guy Slack TV in action? I really like that guy. He's in Canada. He's funny. He's an interesting character. And one reason I like him is because I had a friend who was a bike messenger. And the guys I hung out with at the coffee shop, a lot of them were bicyclists, really avid enthusiasts. You know, I mean, racing and everything. You know, they had all this stuff. They had the fucking monkey suits and everything. You know, the fast bikes. You know, $3,000 for a bike, $5,000. Well, my friend had a bike. I think it cost him $3,000, $3,500, something like that, for a fucking bike. Because he was racing. And he would go do this thing called Around the Mountain, which is around, like up around the Sandias. This fucking, man, it's like, I don't know, 60, 70 miles or something. Pretty cool. But, you know. Perry Urban he wrote a comment I did on this video. I said something about a guy, you know, because the way I talk, you know, I mean, this shit just pops into my head, you know, some guy putting cream cheese on a donut or something, and he was talking about how he's the guy putting cream cheese on a donut and singing during his tea break. I mean, you know, that's the interesting thing because I never had a job really that I liked. I mean, I like it for a while, but then, man, I just got to the point where I just had to go. I just had to go away, I know. You know, and, you know, usually I leave with no fanfare. You know, just going, hey, man, I gotta go. That's it. You know, but I usually always get along. I always get along real well with the people that I work with, you know. So the last job I had that I did that, you know, the boss took me out for lunch. I quit right then and there. He says, well, okay, let's go have lunch. So we went out and had lunch and talked about the good old days and all that stuff. Because he really helped me out a lot by giving me that job. I was living in L.A. Fuck, man. Trying to make a living as a painter. All that bullshit about starving artists, there's a lot of truth in that. He was an artist too, but he was in charge of the painting crew, and a wife and 2 kids, and house payment in L.A. Man, come on, that's big money. So he's stuck. So I don't know what he's gonna do. I mean, you know, if the housing market ever came back or whatever, he could probably sell his house for a pile of money and move to some place like New Mexico, but that's probably not going to happen, you know, because people who live in California, they love it there, you know, unless they don't. I don't know. But I was looking at the video I did a while ago, and my face is all puffy. You know, it's just, my belly's big. Oh my God, it's just fucking sad. Sad. I'd hang myself, but I think I don't have a rope that's you know, able to, you know, support my girth.